Hey y'all, I'm Caroline Keenan, your Nashville real estate BFF, and the number one question that I always get asked is, how is the real estate market? So my first point that I think is the most important point for people to know is that no two areas are the same. No two zip codes are the same, no two neighborhoods, no two cities. Everywhere is a little bit different. So if you're asking me how the real estate market is in 12 South versus Green Hills, I'm gonna give you two different answers. But I will go over an overview of all of Nashville and kind of what we are seeing right now. At the end of last year, our market usually slows down around November, December because of the holidays, and it's just kind of hectic for people to buy homes then. Really, the only buyers that are out looking are ones that desperately need to move. But what we were seeing last year is just kind of because of interest rates and because of the election coming up and the market, a lot of our real estate sales slowed down starting in September and October. So what we were seeing is a lot of homes sitting on market longer, and a lot of sellers were kind of desperate, doing a lot of price cuts really, really quickly. Sellers still, for some reason, have the mindset that we are still in the real estate market from a couple years ago, where buyers were bidding on a house sight unseen, $200,000 over, no contingencies, and quite honestly, that simply is just not the case anymore. This is kind of more of a balanced market, which we love to see, but I think if you're gonna sell your home, definitely be in the right mindset. As of January, I myself started to see a lot more buyers coming out of the woodworks. I think once we got past the holidays, past the election, everybody just started realizing, hey, like maybe now is the time to reevaluate my situation, maybe look at some different houses, or maybe they got a new job over the holidays and are looking to relocate. So we definitely started to see some buyers come out, but things are still sitting on the market for a little bit. In 2024, there were 1,886 closings. Now, in 2025, there were 1,905 closings. Something else that I found interesting is the amount of current inventory on the market. So that's great that these buyers are coming out, but how much competition do sellers have? So in 2024, for January, the amount of inventory we had was 8,875. For 2025, we're looking at 10,821. So as you can see, there's a lot more listings on the market. And what that shows is that sellers now have more competition, which means that buyers have more to choose from. They don't have to look at the overpriced house. They can go for a house that might be accurately priced and then even still try and get the seller down even more. I think it's really a buyer's market. And another point that we can look at is the average days on market is about 35 days. I think that's a little low. I think you're looking more honestly at 60 days, but some agents, once they list a home, they take it off the market and then relist it so it keeps down the days on market, if that makes sense. But your month of supply is over 6 months. And so one thing to know is if there are 0 to 3 months of supply, that means that it is a big seller's market. That means that there are more buyers looking to buy a house than there are listings that are available. If there's a 3 to 6 months of supply, then that's more of a neutral market. Same number of buyers, same number of sellers. Now, anything above 6 months means that it is a buyer's market, which means there are way more listings than buyers that are looking. And that's what kind of market that we're seeing in Nashville right now. It gives buyers better negotiation powers, and they have their cream of the crop. They can look at whatever they want to because they don't have to really go for the overpriced home. So what to kind of take away from that is if you are a seller and you're looking to sell within the next couple months, you want to make sure to accurately price your home. I actually had a client that came to me, a friend referred them to me because they were listed with another agent and they were a little unhappy. I think they had been listed on the market for 9 months and had very, very little activity. And the reason for that is because they were overpriced. There's a couple different things that we do as agents or that I do for my clients, such as pull comps. I also pull data to see how many showings are happening in the zip code and different price points to make sure that your home is accurately priced. I wouldn't go into it saying, hey, let me try and get $10,000 or $20,000 more, because you're going to turn a buyer away quicker than that. And then the more days on market you have, the more buyers are looking at your property going, I wonder what's wrong with that home and why hasn't it sold yet? Now, given all of that data, if I was a buyer maybe on the fence about buying a home right now, because maybe the interest rates didn't fall as low as some people predicted, it's still a really great time to buy. Sellers are getting desperate and you can make more of a deal. And if you do get a home and say you're not in love with the interest rate, well, then you can refinance in a couple years if the rate is lower. One thing I will say though, is if you're looking to buy and maybe you don't see something that you love, in a lot of areas in different neighborhoods that are really, really popular, maybe around certain school districts, around walkability, etc., a lot of those homes are still in very high demand, which means they are going first day on market. There are bidding wars, which we have already seen, and and some of them have multiple offers already, which is not fun. If you're still looking in some of those areas, a lot of homes are kind of being sold off market right now. For example, I have a client, we listed their home as a private exclusive on Compass. And the reason we did this is they are getting ready to have a new family member. They have a baby on the way, and they didn't quite want to list their home for a ton of people to come through right yet until they had moved out, but they still wanted to be able to advertise that their home is coming soon and not miss a potential buyer. So we listed it as a private exclusive, and we were able to get a full price offer right off the bat. So if you're maybe looking and you don't see something that you love, check with your agent and see if they can help you find off-market listings, especially when you start getting into either, the $1 million, $2 million price point, or if you're looking for new construction. A lot of builders have a list of inventory that they have coming, for 2025, possibly even 2026. For the right buyer, for the right price, they may be willing to sell you that off market, which is great because then you don't have to compete with other buyers. If you have any questions about any of the data or about the Nashville real estate market, make sure to leave a comment below and I'd love to help you out. Hope you guys have a great day.